Hello everybody. Here I am back with the misadventures of L. And I want to thank YouTube for making me see the errors of my way, because ultimately it was them that decided that my previous analyses, if you like, amounted to bullying and harassment. So anyway, due to that, here we are with a continuation of an honest interpretation of this particular chat log, and the person of L, who we will continue to follow. So let's have a look, shall we? So we left off where L was particularly friendly with the girl called Kayla, and just displaying, if you remember, quick recap, he'd just been just a great guy, really. He'd showed compassion, empathy, he'd showed understanding, he'd showed generosity, wisdom, and protection. Everything that you would want a guy to do in this situation is displayed, trying to protect this girl. So here we are with just normal chit chat. You're definitely a girl. Well, I mean, because you love shopping, blah blah blah. What do you usually do when you go shopping? Let me guess. Clothes. That's incredible. I mean, he's showing quite a degree of intelligence here as well. He's already established that a girl of 13, 14 years old would go out buying clothes on a regular basis. I mean, that's very perceptive. So yeah. And L, unfortunately, has got a bit of a chest cold that keeps hanging on to him a little bit. He's just sneezed, so let's, that's a shame, but, I'm sure he'll get over it. Usually the excessive amounts of alcohol will do that. I hate colds. So I'm guessing you don't want to take that cold from me. So yeah, just he's just having a bit. He's just trying to invoke a bit of humour into this chat. Personally, if it was me, well, this whole chat wouldn't have existed. But anyway, that's not, at the end of the day, let's not impose. It's wrong for me to impose my set of moral judgments and standards on somebody else and somebody else's sort of life situation, because we all exist in our own little narrow field, don't we? So let's not try and make judgments. I'm guessing you must have a computer in your bedroom, huh? Yeah. I wonder why he wants to know that. Clearly for, not for any selfish means, I wouldn't have thought. So what time do you wake up in the mornings? About 6. Do you always sneak online after you're supposed to? Sometimes. You make sure the volume's down and everything, okay? Oh, lol. Is this the first time you've ever been in a chat room? So, let's have a look where L is going with this one. Yeah, you go in there lots. Yep, when I don't have anything else to do. I wonder why L is in these chat rooms. How do you like the chat room so far? Lol, I haven't looked at it. Too busy concentrating on me? Question mark. Laugh out loud. Laugh out loud. Looks like dumb stuff. Well, you got that right, Kayla. Have you read any of it? No, I'm looking at it now. Oh, okay. Has anybody else sent you messages beside me from the chat room? Yeah, but it closed them. What they mean by perv? What's that? Where's the... Oh. Okay, I'll tell you. Well, that took a lot of persuading, El, doesn't it? I mean, this is how generous this guy is. Very, asking Elle a very straightforward question, and he's only too happy to oblige. It's when they talk about sex. Some people, not Elle, of course, think it's perverted. In other words, that's all they want to talk about. Know what I mean? Okay, I guess they want to talk about it. Laugh out loud. Yup. Be right back. I need another drink of water. That was fast. Did you miss me? You weren't gone very long. That's because I'm good. Yes, Elle, you are good. The amount of time it takes you to get a drink of water and then come back to the chat room to carry on in your deeds of goodness, if we will. What's your name? Lorne. I'm going to guess yours is Kayla. There's the intelligence coming to the surface again. Very well established. Don't tell me your last name. Don't ever tell anybody from the internet your last name, okay? I mean, you know, that's pretty wise and thoughtful direction for someone who's 13. Elle knows that this is a very can be a very toxic environment, these chat rooms, and he knows that. He knows that Kayla's going to be a naive girl. He's not going to be familiar with these things, and he's saying, don't tell anybody your last name so she doesn't get into any bother. Nobody comes looking her up. Maybe try and search for her on other social mediums. Now, we can only hope that Elle never himself asks for these questions. But let's carry on. But so Elle continues. Because there are some real weirdos on here sometimes, and they might try go looking for you. So don't ever tell them your last name, your address, your phone number, the town you live in, or the school you go to. Now, of course, he's not one of those weirdos, but Kayla, are you a weirdo? No. Does it sound like I am? No. If I was, I never would have told you to never tell all of your information. I mean, there's nothing suspicious whatsoever so far. This is a guy. Hell is a guy. I said Elle, not hell. Elle is a guy who is looking out for somebody who has already admitted that he gets a bit bored sometimes, so there might be an element of loneliness coming into play, which of course there's nothing wrong with if you're 36 years old and you're single, you're living in a place that you don't know many people. The circumstances surrounding why he decided to come to this town are another story, which may go to explaining Elle's character, but that's, like I said, that's for another time. Let's not make any judgments. And Elle here explains he's very, very happy that she talked to him before anybody else. This way, he knows she'll be safe. Yeah, they're weirdos. Yeah, they are. He's just explaining that basically Elle is trying to make Kayla understand that she can trust him. That his motives are all they're genuine motives. They're not sinister at all. So, yet again, for some reason, Elle is continuing on the topic of what people generally talk about on the internet. What this would seem to me is a bit of... It's like a lesson. of internet use and what not to do and what to look out for. Because Elle's already established that Kayla isn't experienced in these matters. She's never been in chat rooms to you know, she's not experienced in such matters. She doesn't really know what she's doing. She's very young. I mean, if you think back to yourself when you were 13, you know, I didn't have a clue. You didn't have a clue. I mean, I still don't have a clue now, but, you know, just think about how naive you were. And the things that you saw and trying to understand about the world. So, nobody's ever said anything to you about the internet. Like, what? Wow, I'm surprised your mum and dad haven't. About all the weirdos on it and what happens on them. It's very odd. Well, it's telling how many weirdos, spelt in that particular way, how many times he's mentioned it. How that word keeps coming to the surface. Maybe Elle has had bad experiences with weirdos in the past, because he's certainly not displaying any characteristics of being one himself. Girls have given guys their information, like their address and home phone number and stuff, and the guys will find them and do bad things to them. Really? Like what? Do you know? Do you know what rape is? Yeah. Well, they rape them, and some women and girls have even gotten killed. I mean, that of course is the worst. One may argue that giving this information to Kayla in such a less than subtle way may not have been the best tactic. However, there is an argument also that it's a bit like being scared straight, really, isn't it? A bit of scare tactics to hit home with someone the importance of you know, the importance of being safe on the internet and being vigilant. You know, lessons that somebody like Kayla has got to learn. So, let's thank Elle. Even though Kayla isn't real, Elle thinks that she is. You know, Elle's just, well, we can get into that later. So, promise me you never give your information out to anyone, okay? Okay, I promise. Thank you. Are you happy you got to talk to me before anybody else now? Yeah, for sure. Good. You'll also get some people that will send you messages that will say dirty things on them too. So here we are, continuing with the, you know, the lessons of the internet. Really? Lol. That smiley face. Does that mean you want them to? That's an interesting question. I suppose Elle is trying to establish if Kayla, of course, being 13 years of age, will 13 years of age, will have a curious side to her. May becoming interested in certain things. He wants to establish what her state of mind is. That's pretty much it, isn't it? I mean, I think we can all agree with that. And then Kayla comes back. I was smiling because I'm glad I talked to you first. Okay, laugh out loud. Are you sure that's not just because I'm cute? So, this is my feelings at the minute about what's going on. As well as providing Kayla with these lessons, Elle needs to establish that this girl hasn't developed a crush on him from those amazing photographs that he sent her. So, let's have a look. What transpires? Do you have a crush on me? Lol, I don't know. Know what that little thing is? A hug. Yep. You're so cute. Laugh out loud. I mean, you know, nothing wrong with a compliment. One may argue that a 36-year-old male telling a 13-year-old girl in an internet chat room that they are cute after mentioning various topics, including rape and sex, wouldn't be appropriate. But of course, Elle is continuing with the understanding lessons and all that kind of stuff. So let's carry on. Wow, you smoke. Yup, you didn't notice that before. My parents say it's bad for you. It is bad for you, so don't ever do it because it's the dumbest thing I ever started doing. Well, I'm going to give a little bit of a cheeky insight here. From what I understand about Elle, that's not the dumbest thing he started doing at all, but it's certainly not a good idea. Wish I'd never started it now. Just try to be like my older brothers and older sisters. And sister, because some of them smoked. And I thought it would make me look older. So, even though Elle has got into a bad habit, what he's saying here is it's not really his fault that happened. It's due to his older siblings. He's trying to emulate them, which is understandable, which a lot of people do in situations like that when you're younger. So we've got to give Elle a break. It's not really his fault. There's no need for him to take responsibility. It's certainly the fault of his older brothers and sisters. But at the same time, he's saying it's a dumb thing to do. And you know, he's explaining to Kayla, don't ever do it. He's trying to teach her some more lessons here. You know, it's quite endearing, really, if you think about it, isn't it? Just think of all the things that she's learned in the an hour or so that they've been talking. It's quite remarkable, really. Then you should stop doing it. Well, that's good advice. So Kayla's offering Elle some good advice. I don't know whether he ends up taking it. I'm going to. I have to soon anyway. I'm in Nashville because I'm trying to make it in country music. I mean, so Elle's got ambitions and he's talented in the musical field. I mean, we already have. I don't think it quite worked out for him, but to have aspirations of such grandeur is admirable and brilliant. That's what life's all about, you know, achieving goals and having dreams. Fantastic. Okay. Drove from Washington State to Maine before it took me 3 days. You must drive really fast. So, getting a bit bored of that type of conversation. So, Elle is saying here, how many boys have you kissed already? Just one. How old is he? 13, like me. Was he a good kisser? Let's see if we can figure out. I must admit, my when I just saw that, then I was getting a little bit suspicious of Elle's motives, but there must be a logical explanation. Was he a good kisser? Maybe just wants to know if Kayla's had a good time. Maybe if she has enjoyed herself with these males, and maybe if they didn't do anything inappropriate. So yet again, he's just looking out for her interests, I guess. Don't know, because she'd never kissed anybody else. Did you like kissing him? We broke up in August. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. Why did you break up? Yeah, I broke up with him because my BFF told him blah blah blah. Sounds like you might have done the right thing. I think you might have, but it's hard to tell without knowing the exact truth who's lying. I mean, to be fair, that's a decent statement. You know, don't make any judgments is what he's saying. You can't really say anything until you know exactly what's gone on. So he's not leading her up the garden path, so to speak. Although maybe, well, anyway, yeah. So where did you kiss him at? Let me guess. A school dance. Let me think. I think we did it first time there and at my house and his house. So why you make that face? Because I was surprised to hear that you kissed him at your house and his house too. Because I wasn't expecting that you'd go to his house or that he'd go to your house. I don't quite know why Ellie's coming to these assumptions. How long was he your boyfriend? Because of your age, I didn't know if you both would be too shy still to go to each other's houses. Right, okay. So where at your house and his house did you kiss him? Living room. Where was his mum and dad? At home. Did you do anything else with him? I'm not going to tell. Who would I tell? I don't know your parents. Oh yeah, you did? What did you do? Oh, you missed one of my questions. I asked if you did everything else. We watched TVs, go to the mall. I mean, I am struggling a little bit here. I don't quite know why Elle needs to know the exact details of specific parts of her last relationship with another 13-year-old. Maybe he's investigating for potential criminal matters so that he can tell the appropriate authorities if anything untoward has happened. Also, the more I would suggest, the more he understands about this girl and everything that she's been through, it's giving him more of an opportunity to be protective. The more knowledge is power. So the more information he has about her, the more he can help her. It seems to me that he wants to be like a mentor to Kayla. That's the impression I'm getting. So just like kissing and hugging, used to hold my hand a lot. Okay, good. Why is that good? Because some kids your age have done a lot more than that. Yeah, I know. Oh, okay. How much do you know? Yeah, so, I mean, he like I said, the more information, the better. He just wants to know everything. How much do you know about what's been done, what's done with kissing and other stuff? What's to know about kissing? You just kiss. Never mind, I won't ask anymore. I love your innocence. It's so cute. Huh? Did I get you lost there? Okay, do you want me to explain it to you? Yeah. Innocence is when you don't know anything about sexual stuff. I think it's so adorable. What's so adorable? Kay, you think I'm dumb? No! The fuck is this fucking... No, not at all. You're very smart. You're a very smart girl. What's adorable is that you don't know much about that stuff yet, and it's very awesome because it means that you're using your head, and we'll find out when it's time. Did I get you wondering about that stuff now, though? So, yeah, so he's basically established that, it's not at the forefront of her mind, these particular types of stuff, shall we say. But Elle, as well as sending the flirtatious Rose, wants to know if she's wondering about these kind of things now. Yeah. Uh-oh, I ruined it. I'm sorry. I don't know. Anyway, I think for the time being that is enough of the misadventures of Elle. Maybe we'll continue. I must admit there have been occasions where I've been struggling to understand the exact reasons why Elle has delved into certain topics. We are just getting started here with what looks like yeah, he's going into detail. Did I get you wondering about that stuff now? And he's saying here he's a bit sorry that he's ruined it. There must be a logical explanation for the route he's going down. We will try and discover what that is. on potentially the next video. So guys, let me know if you've enjoyed this, and I will speak to you soon.